NYYST. This is New York. Yankee sports talk. Swinging for the fences, knock it out the park. This is New York. Yankee sports talk. Christian and Chris, of course SGR. This is New York. Yankee sports talk, homie, New York. Yankee sports talk. Record, rain or shine, grab your shades and umbrellas. NYYST, you're hanging with the fellas.
Welcome back. This is episode 350 of the NYYST podcast. We are presented to you by NYY Underground. I am your host, Christian, as always, joined by my co-host, Chris.
You
and SGR.
What up?
Well, what's going on, fellas?
You know, I didn't get
so much, man.
I didn't get home till a little late. My son had a flag game. I wanted to pop the game on so that I can watch while we record, and I had no idea. What are they doing here? It doesn't. Are they? They're going to have to play this game, no?
They don't have to do anything.
And a delay.
Do they have mutual days?
So it's Wednesday night. The Yankees are supposed to be playing the Boston Red Sox in Game 3 of their 4-game set. The game has been delayed by weather. We're recording. It's about 8:30. The game was supposed to start at about 7:10. No further updates have been given. But when you listen to this Wednesday morning, I'm sure you'll know the outcome of the game and if it was played.
And either way, really doesn't matter. We're playing to get out of the basement at this point.
Could be another doubleheader tomorrow if they don't play tonight. Could the whole doubleheader series here against Boston.
Yeah.
So okay, 2 doubleheaders. Okay, 4 games. Okay.
I mean, yesterday was one of the weirdest days. Just for reference here, Tuesday was one of the weirdest days I can ever remember in terms of being a Yankee fan, where a series against Boston in mid-September, and a game was being played during a work day, and I didn't even care to know what was happening.
I actually didn't even check the score of either game until I think it was the 7th of the second game. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, man, I'm at that point too. I checked the score of the first game when it was over, and then I caught a little bit of that second game, but I'm tuning out now.
This is what you need to know right now is that game 1 was not even on FM radio. They put it on the AM dial.
Well, they put soccer instead? Probably more interesting.
I don't know.
Just a radio show.
Yeah, probably just a regular radio show.
Wow.
So when I got in the car and I was like, all right, you know what? I'll listen to the game a little bit. And then I heard the atrocity that AM radio is. I was like, I don't need to listen to this game that badly. No. That's where we're at right now. I would have sat there back in the day, trying to watch WWF pay-per-views through the squiggly lines.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to a Yankee game, but not right now. So, I mean, it's unfortunate. This is where we are in the season here. And this kind of sums up where the Yankees are right now. They got over 500 again on Tuesday night by sweeping the doubleheader. They're 73 and 72. In the second game of the doubleheader, Rodon actually pitched pretty well.
Yeah, 9 strikeouts.
He gave up a home run on the first pitch he threw and then was actually pretty dominant. He struck out 9 over 5, got the pitch count up, so they got him out of there. And then here is the bullpen in game 2. Zach McAllister. Not Kevin McAllister, Zach, okay? Who has not pitched in the major league since 2018.
Was he a Cleveland guy, McAllister?
Yankees traded him to Cleveland. I believe he's an original Yankee draft pick. Okay. He has not pitched in the major league since 2018. Some guy, Meisowitz. I'm not even sure that's how you properly.
He sounds like a Jewish fella.
Okay, well, that's
a Jewish
Meisowitz.
Okay. Yeah. Listen, I should pretty much. I should convert at this point. I know more about the Jewish religion than you ever will. Most of my customers are Jewish. I am one of them. They accept me. And we have great relationships.
All right, nobody cares. Some guy, Bowman, okay, not Bowman baseball cards, which I collect, but just some guy named Bowman, okay? And then Nick fucking Ramirez got the save.
Boy.
Why?
That was the Yankees bullpen yesterday. So
didn't allow a run.
No, and I mean, they did a good job. They didn't allow a run. The Yankees got the win, but so for you guys watching on NYYU, this is a premiere. We're not live, okay? We did do a show last week. Unfortunately, real life got in the way. We recorded, was it Thursday? We recorded Thursday night. The show didn't get downloaded on Apple until what, late Monday morning?
Yeah.
Okay. So episode
The
349.
video, the raw Zoom video is actually on Spotify if you want to check it out.
Is it okay? The episode 349 exists. It's on Apple Podcast, and the raw Zoom video is on raw. Okay,
It was actually a great episode too. It's worth a listen.
It is on Spotify. I mean, a lot of the stuff I listened back to it. A lot of stuff did become irrelevant because of just the time frame. But if you go to the last like 20, 25 minutes of the episode, where we really break down Hal's kind of thought process in keeping this regime together or not. I think everybody should probably go back and take a listen to that. Also, while we're on the topic of Apple, please head there, leave us a 5-star rating and review. And since you're watching on NYYU, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Also, as of Tuesday morning, there were 10 tickets left for the event on September 23rd in the Audi Club. We were down to just a handful. Pete got another handful from the Yankees, but this is it. These are the final 10. So if you're thinking about going, get the tickets now in the Audi Club, September 23rd. Unfortunately, you might be watching Nick Ramirez try to close out a game if the Yankees are lucky enough, because this is kind of where we should start tonight. And, you know, the Yankees, when we sat down to record last week on Thursday, it was kind of like, you know, just chill out, everybody relax, because everybody thought the Yankees were going to go on a run. They lost the next 2 games. They fell back under 500. You know, that little creeping close got further back. So now we all kind of know that it's not happening, even if you thought even if you kind of had that pie in the sky dream. I got to say, everybody's got to be at the same point right now.
Quickly squashed.
Okay.
Yeah, it's done.
Since we sat down to record, the Yankees have suffered in less than a week, 3 season-ending injuries. 3 of them. This is why you're looking at a bullpen with these names in it, because of some of the injuries that the Yankees have suffered, and also. Just the starting pitching is just not there. And, you know, the one guy that you kind of hoped that would spark the team into a playoff run is not there as well. So let's go from what, in my opinion, is least important to most important. Do you want to do that?
Yes, fair.
In terms of injuries? Okay. Keep them, dump them is usually what? The second show after the season ends?
Yeah. Or if you're lucky, the Yankees piss you off enough where you do it, where we get another round mid-season like we did last year.
Right, which we didn't do that this year, but so it's coming a lot earlier this year. It might even be our first show after the season ends, because I don't know if we need to do do we need fan therapy? I feel like this whole season has been fan therapy.
Oh yeah, you're right. I think we should do. Maybe just to kind of not take a week off in between the end of the regular season, maybe do like a shorter, quick. I feel like it's just tradition at this point. We've been doing
this.
So true. It is like
just like a quick 20-30 minute video.
Yeah, but we don't really need it.
Episode just to kind of just break everything down from a bigger picture.
Just to dump it all out once.
Let's just dump it out.
I need that.
All right. So 2 weeks after the season is over, we'll start keep them and dump them. Right.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
All right. Are you all right over there?
Yeah. Sorry. I was just about to.
So those are some of my favorite shows of the year that we do, and this guy and actually 2 of the 3 guys we're going to talk about are going to be on the list this year. We're going to start with Jonathan Luisaiaka, who today, Wednesday, Aaron Boone said he went on the IL Tuesday. Today, Boone said he's done. Even if they had more time in the season, you won't see him for a while. He's going to be not even going to throw a ball for several weeks. I don't know if I was just with Ryan or Chris, you were here as well when we were talking about a closer, and Ryan brought up Luisaiaka, or somebody brought up Luisaiaka.
Yeah, that was me, I think.
And yeah, who's got probably the best stuff on this team to be a closer is Jonathan Luisaiaka. Who's the most unreliable pitcher in that bullpen is also Jonathan Luisaiaka.
It's such a shame because, like, I won't bring up the obvious names we're about to speak of, but, like, you can make an argument because of what he's capable of and the future he could have had here because of that opening. I'm sorry, when Luisaiaka is healthy and he's in his groove, he's not just the best person to be the closer on the Yankees. He's one of the best relief pitchers in the game. He's got that kind of stuff. And for him to be fucking injured again, man, it's just like, what a waste.
Unreliable.
You can't have how many years again? See, we do definitely need fan therapy on a broader spectrum here. Maybe not specifically just this season, but like, how many years are we going to say, like, we need reliable guys that even if we love these guys and think they can be amazing talents and they're still young, if you're not reliable at this point, it used to be if you're not ready to help this team win, you're gone. Now it's if you're not reliable, I don't care how good you are, you got to go.
I would say anything approaching 65 to 70 innings would be like a full season for a reliever. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah.
Okay. So Jonathan Luisaiaka got here in 2018. Okay. 24 innings. 2019, 31 innings. 2020, 23 innings. I don't know. Is that a full season? 12 games out of
that. You got to
12 out of 60. I don't know. So then 21, 70 innings. That was his fullest in terms of health, because he made in his best season 2.17 ERA, 70.2 innings pitched. Those are both career highs or career low in terms of the ERA. Last year he pitched 50 games, but I mean he wasn't the same guy because of the injuries. 48 innings, and this year 17 games. I mean, so you guy pitched 17 innings this year. This is not a guy that you can count on. This is not a guy. It's unfortunate because we've all seen the stuff. This is not a guy that you can rely on. Like you said, it's a shame. I know you love the guy. You like to give him his cute
fucking
little
J-Lo, man. He's not J-Lo anymore.
No, dude, he's not Jenny from the block.
Because she's fucking like 55 and looks like she's 30 still.
Right, reliable.
And he's 30 and is getting injured like he's fucking 70.
He's Johnny Lasagna. I had some
He's back to lasagna
earlier today.
So when you saw that after the other news that broke this week, it doesn't, and especially at this point in the season, you're just like, oh, whatever. But like now you got to sit there and do a deeper dive on it for a podcast, and you're just like, Yankees. Is he a non-tender candidate? Like, I'm sure the Yankees will bring him back, right? But
yeah, I think so.
I don't know, man.
It's for nothing. You're not really spending too much to keep him.
You're doing a chart of that bullpen of like where guys slot in. You'll say Holmes is the closer, Tommy's a setup guy. You can't count on Jonathan Luisaiaka to be in that next spot or the spot in that top 4 or 5 spots. You're doing yourself a disservice of building this team if you're counting on him to be one of your 3 or 4 best relievers out of that bullpen.
Well, here's how you got to put it. You know, we gave Garrett Cole, even though you love him to death and I fucking love the guy, we gave him a hard time last year because he really had a disappointing regular season. He deserved it. He'd be the first person to say that he was disappointing. But I think even though it seems like we appreciate it enough, I still think it's not appreciated as much as it should be that he goes out there and takes the ball every 5 days. And it's almost like asking yourself, like, what would you rather have if you had to choose one? Would you rather have half a season of Garrett Cole, but he fucking gives up, 2 earned runs over, 15 starts, but then he's out? Or would you rather have a 3.5 ERA, but the guy's taking the ball every 5 days? I mean,
I would rather have the guy that takes the ball every 5 days. You're not telling me he's a terrible pitcher. You're telling me he's a very good pitcher with a 3.5 ERA.
Right. Well,
all right. What the perfect example is Jacob deGrom. The guy makes 12 starts a year. Is that worth it? Is that right? Is that something that you want?
and he's arguably the best starting pitcher of our fucking time.
That's why the Mets let him walk. He's unreliable.
And it's like
reliable. Yeah,
maybe
man.
on
DeGrom's last three seasons, 92 innings, 64 innings, and this year 30
that's
innings.
crazy.
Yeah, you can be the best, but actually you can't be the best if you don't take the field. So it's irrelevant.
Yeah. So it's like maybe it's almost we were a little too harsh just because we were looking so closely at the numbers and they weren't hitting our expectations, but I think there's a little bit of a curve here of like you got to factor in that this dude takes the ball every 5 days, and that's a bigger value than people look at because they're so used to just looking at numbers.
How does this? Okay, how did you get on Garrett Cole here?
What I'm saying is that Luisaiaka, to me, if he's healthy, is just as valuable as a relief pitcher as Garrett Cole could be to this team as a starting pitcher. However, I would take a lesser version of Garrett Cole who stays healthy all year than a guy who isn't reliable. And J-Lo might be fucking the best when he's healthy and on. But to me, if I'm going to factor in reliability, then I got to factor in that he's not staying healthy at all every single year.
Yeah.
And to me, that makes him someone who's useless to me.
Yeah. You look at Cole's year last year, 13-8 with a 3.5 ERA and 200 innings pitched. So there's your example right there. If we were kind of more harsh, I guess, with him last year, but in hindsight,
the guy was there.
He was there. He made the starts, 33 of them.
Yeah, so
real quick before you go, I just want to say, like, this team, to me, I've been thinking about this over the last couple of weeks. This team might not need as much talent as you think. I think what they need more of is consistency.
Yeah.
We need that's why I felt so good when these kids came up. Obviously, we're going to get to that. But like it just felt like for the first time in a long time, we had guys in this lineup that you can see a future with, that we can possibly rely on, that becomes a core of this team.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the Yankees haven't had that stability in so long, because even when they have had great lineups, great rosters, half of them are out of the fucking, they're on the IL half the season.
Yeah, so Luisaiaka has one more year of arbitration left.
Mm-hmm.
And he made $2.2 million this year. So, I mean, it's not going to be a ton of money. He's probably not going to get a giant raise. Maybe he makes 2.3, 2.4, just based on his years of service. But I'm telling you, man, like, you can't build a bullpen thinking this guy's going to be like one of your top relievers. You can't do it. I'm sure the Yankees are probably going to bring him back just based on talent and the fact they control him at a relatively cheap price. But he's not reliable. Bro.
I know we have a lot to get to and not a lot of time, but I just have to ask this to you. You're a good person to answer this question. It's not a risk keeping him around, like you're saying, but aren't you to a point now where you would hope the Yankees, even if it's not a risk, even if they only have to pay him a couple $1 million to stick around and maybe he'll stay healthy, aren't you to a point where you just don't even want that in the
I don't want
anymore?
No, absolutely not.
And then plus, think about the offseason this year. They were like 3 or 4 million to the luxury tax, so they couldn't really get that Jerks and Profar type player at the beginning of the year. So that $2.5 million, it might seem not a lot, but when they're budgeting, when it comes down to it, that could be the difference.
You're paying a third baseman that's 40 years old and can't hit,
so it
$25 million a year.
He'll come up. He's
I don't know.
Later in the show.
It's a good question. I didn't think of that. Like the possibility.
I just want it gone. I want
I kind of agree.
Team to just shed the bullshit at this point.
Yeah, I think that I wouldn't be opposed to that.
And speaking of shedding the bullshit, let's segue right into the next one here. Luis Severino also done for the year. What they classify as an abdominal strain?
Yeah,
something like that.
I didn't care enough to really read.
He left the game against Milwaukee. I know everybody was feeling bad for him. Here's my take on
left oblique strain.
Oblique. Yeah, I mean, here's another guy. All the potential in the world, can't stay on the field. Okay, here's the problem with Luis Severino. Right, we all witnessed 2017 Sevy. Great. We thought we had our ace. We thought we had our homegrown ace. Everybody's got a little bit of special place in their heart if you're a Yankee fan, Luis Severino, because we saw him come up. We saw the potential. We thought that this guy was going to be the next homegrown ace, which the Yankees don't really develop their own aces. They really don't.
Chance Adams. Justice Sheffield.
I mean, would you have to go back to Andy Pettitte as the last really good pitcher?
Not a starting pitcher.
I can't even classify him as an ace as much as I fucking absolutely love the guy.
Well, I was going to say, as the last really good pitcher the Yankees developed, starting pitcher that they developed. I mean, that was 1996.
Yeah, for sure.
Because think about the guys, the real big time pitchers that have come in here. David Wells was traded.
Clemens.
David Cohen's traded. Roger Clemens traded.
Decky Arabu traded.
He was signed.
El Duque, Cuba.
What's his? CC was a free agent. Garrett Cole was a free agent. Who am I?
AJ Burnett. Don't forget Burnett, dude.
Tanaka was a free agent. The Yankees don't. Yeah, I mean, all these guys are guys that came from outside the organization. Even so,
Jimin Wong.
Actually, he wasn't outside the organization.
He was.
Well, if he wasn't, then Tanaka wasn't.
I'm up through the Yankee minor league system.
Did he really?
Oh, wow.
All right, so there you go. There's your last one.
I mean, he didn't. I mean, he was a flash in the pan, really, because he only had those 2 good years.
Was an ace.
Yeah, it's another one though that he had this stuff and he had a few good years of 20-win seasons, but he just couldn't do it long enough.
I think he won 19 back-to-back years, and he got hurt running the bases in Houston, and that was
never
pretty much
hit 20.
It for him.
No,
Jobber.
Phil Hughes, think about
19-6 and then 19-7.
Think about Phil Hughes, Ian Kennedy, and John Chamberlain. That was supposed to be it. That was supposed to be it right there. How'd that work out?
Yeah, underwhelming.
So everybody, we saw it. I mean, Sevy got blitzed in the wild card game. We kind of got forgiven for that. He was probably the best pitcher in baseball leading up to the All-Star break in 2018. And then ever since then, it's just been pretty much downhill for him. He didn't have a strong second half. He was one of the worst pitchers in baseball, really, in the second half of that year. Got his ass kicked again in the postseason, and then we didn't see him for like 2.5 years.
All right.
Every time you thought you were going to see a healthy Sevy, what happened? He got hurt again. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, we'll bring him back on a show-me deal. No. It's time to say goodbye to Luis Severino. He has pitched his last game as a New York Yankee, in my opinion. If I'm running the team, I don't even entertain him. If he calls me, I'll pitch for vet minimum. No, goodbye. I cannot, just like Louis, why you cannot count on this guy, man. You can't give him a friggin' rotation spot. How long until he's going to get hurt again?
Yeah,
it's
I agree.
Sad, man. It really is sad, man. Like I really wished it would have worked out better for Sev. I wish we were talking about a situation here where, we were going to have to sit here and debate whether or not we were going to have $300 million players in our starting rotation. But he just made it so easy for the Yankees. Getting hurt again, being as bad as he was, it's time to say goodbye.
Yeah, like you said, there's just a personal connection there. I think for me, it goes beyond that he was a homegrown player. I think, there's a lot of guys who are hurt every single year, and a lot of them, hold accountability like Stanton and stuff. But there was always something about Sevy. Like, I remember a couple years ago, like you just saw how angry he was at himself, like how angry he was to be injured again. You felt that he was feeling how much of a disappointment he was. And that dude, whether he's shitting the bed or not, you can just feel it. That he's out there and just wants to fucking win. He wants this team to win. He wants to be successful. And he's always been that guy. So I've always had that place in my heart for Sevy. As shitty of a year as he had, especially on a walk season, it's time to just completely cut the cord.
You want to talk about consistency? How about he made 19 starts in back-to-back years? So congratulations on that. But look, after he made 31 starts, 32 starts in 2017, 2018, respectively. Pitched in 3 games in 2019. Didn't pitch at all in the COVID season. 4 games in 2021. So this guy was basically non-existent for 3 years, came back and still couldn't give the Yankees 20 starts in any of the 2 seasons after he came back and was supposedly healthy. Couldn't even post 20 starts.
Yeah, it's beyond disappointing. Beyond. I feel like this is the Yankee fan therapy episode. It's depressing
And
me.
Christian, don't forget, he only made 18 starts this year. Remember that game they had an opener for him?
Right, he did have an opener, right?
Who opened that?
right.
Who opened that? It was to solve his issues.
Was it Ian Hamilton?
Yeah,
Maybe? Might have been.
Was it Hamilton? Yeah.
Well, then he came in the second game like 5 runs.
It's true. Was it against the Braves? No,
Mm,
that wasn't the Braves because he gave up 5 runs.
runs right
in the game.
around there.
And everybody was like, "Oh, his stuff's a lot better." He still gave up 5 runs in 4 innings. Like, what?
It was the game before the Braves, I think, because then we were like, Jesus Christ, Sevy's starting again against the Braves.
Against the White Sox?
I don't really.
Yeah,
I can't.
it
I
was
can't
the White Sox. Gave up four runs in
SGR.
2 innings. It's that guy, right?
I think last year he got mad that he was put on a 60-day IL, and I remember saying on this show, like, "What? The only person you should not be mad at the Yankees for putting you on the 60-day. You should be mad at yourself because you can't stay on the field. You made it easy for them to make that decision. Just like he's going to. If the Yankees are doing things the right way, smarter Yankees, they're going to do things a smart way in the off season. He made the decision extremely easy for them.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I mean, we'll put a bow on Sevy because he's going to be on the keep him dump him list just for an official vote here, just to kind of see what the fans are thinking as well. But and then also, I mean, those are just kind of like whatever injuries really to me. Luisaiaka, he's always hurt. Sevy's always hurt. But this one, man, this was the real fucking kick in the balls, bro. Like, this is just the real one that really just kind of punched you in the face and just showed you like what a piece of shit season this is. Jason Dominguez needs Tommy John surgery. He's going to be out anywhere between 6 and 10 months. So
12.
But he didn't have the surgery yet.
no,
Right.
and I don't know what the hell they're
Owning
waiting
it.
for.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. I mean, if he needs it, let him get it now and he can come back sooner.
Apparently, he was seeking a second opinion, but what are they going to tell him? They're going to tell him he needs Tommy John surgery.
Yeah, and then what? Are they going to permanent DH him? We already got that locked up with Stanton. So they need him in the field.
Not going to be like a Shohei Ohtani situation where he can just DH. I mean, maybe he could.
Yeah,
'cause Harper
but
can't-
then again, then what do you do with Stanton?
have to play the outfield is what's going to happen to him.
Yeah, we've seen how that's worked. It doesn't last.
I mean, Bryce Harper came back, I think, in 5 months, and he DH'd primarily this year and played first base, so he didn't have to really throw the ball.
You get to make us at first.
Man, this kid gave you such a ray of hope when he came up
time.
here, and it just gave you like a glimpse into the future. Like, oh man, if we could just start building this team with Judge and Dominguez starts this lineup, and you're just like, okay. And then you hear the Tommy John surgery, and then like Brian Hoke said it was going to be about 10 months, and then Jeff Passan said it was going to be about 6. Obviously he's a position player, he can come back faster, but he's also a Yankee, so you want to go. You're going to go towards definitely the.
He's
deeper end
also
of
a
that.
switch hitter too,
Yeah.
so that could be tougher to.
True.
He'd probably have to come back just on one side of the plate for a while too, swinging the bat.
I mean,
That's a great point because Harper throws lefty, or does he throw righty?
It's lefty.
He hits lefty, but what does he throw?
He throws righty.
he is a right-handed thrower, and so
All
is
right, so then and never mind. My theory was
I mean, Dominguez could theoretically come back. Then he throws right-handed and DH and play. And I don't know if they would want him to play first base, but he could.
Well, we need a lefty bat, so if he can come back,
They
sooner-
say that he's a better right-handed hitter, but I mean the power from the left side, especially
yeah,
at
and
Yankee
you need
Stadium.
that porch.
So I think he might be back quicker than. But like again, what the fuck are they waiting for here?
Yeah,
Apparently,
yeah, they don't.
from what I understand, he wanted a second opinion.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, go get the surgery though, kid. I mean, what are we doing here? You're not gonna find a doctor that's gonna give you a different opinion.
Yeah,
here.
dude, we need you. We need you. so bad.
And this is, dude, this is what really sucks about the Dominguez injury is that now just this wretched curse of 2023 is bleeding into 2024 now.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the worst part because the last few weeks you've at least had some sort of optimism for the future, but now I'm just like fucking bleak, dude.
Because like even if this team got off to like a slow start or wasn't going to be as good as we'd hope, like just watching this kid in the lineup with Judge, it was just so fucking exciting.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. They had a new spark. They had it was like watching a whole completely different.
It really was.
And I haven't been one of these people that are like, oh, you got to shut Judge down, but you got to shut Judge down.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
doesn't. I mean, he doesn't.
Wouldn't
he
be
just
against it.
First of all, he doesn't look the same right now. You could tell that he's not.
Yeah, there's no.
I don't know. I don't know if the season is just worn on him now with the injury, and now that he knows they're not going to the postseason, or maybe the foot is bothering him that much. But I would not risk anybody that's important to 2024. I would not risk them in the final 2 weeks of this season.
Yeah, it's like you're not fooling anybody, guys. We're good. We're good now. We grieved.
I guess as long as you're not going for like a personal accolade, right?
That's the only thing. I was like, I would hate to see Garrett Cole lose to Cy Young because the Yankees shut him down for his final 4 starts.
Yeah, no,
But also, like, God forbid, like.
Yeah, but again, we're talking about a guy who's been nothing but reliable. He wants to go out there and take the ball. He should. He does. It's still a season in a sense of you're still going out there and you're still. Like Cole goes out there and I'm guarantee you learn something new every day or figure something out every single time out there. Yeah. Why not? Fuck it. Just let him go. He's a fucking horse.
And you want Rodon to continue to see if he can build himself back up a bit.
Of course.
So.
Yeah, I mean, Boone's comments today were really telling about the team's thought process because he said that he's got 3 or 4 starts. He, meaning Rodon's got 3 or 4 starts left to build momentum going into the off season. So, I mean, that's just kind of tells you everything right there. They know. They know. Like I said last week,
Jules.
Like I said on last episode, they knew last week. That's why they let Schmidt get banged around in the 7th inning in that Tiger game.
Yeah,
they knew.
They knew it.
Oh, and people are trying to rationalize this whole thing, and it's like the same thing you're seeing Jet fans do right now. Which I'm a Giants fan. Okay, everybody knows that, but I did not want to see that happen to Aaron Rodgers.
That really sucks.
That sucks. Yeah. Because like I always say with the Mets, dude, like I like to watch the sports, and like I don't. It's the easiest thing to do is to watch the
sports.
And it's the easiest thing to do is to watch the other local team, right? So if they're not good, what do you want to watch it for? Nobody wants to fucking watch Zach Wilson play football.
No, he's so bland. Just as a human being.
Yeah, well, he bangs MILFs, dude. So I mean,
I forgot about that story, dude.
Okay, so but like just for like a story perspective and all the hype to see Aaron Rodgers come to New York and what he could potentially do with the Jets to have it be done in 4 plays really sucks. And like now you see a lot of Jet fans are like, they're trying to talk themselves off the ledge by saying, oh yeah, Zach's the guy. They know Zach's not the fucking guy, but they have no other choice. They thought they were going to go to the Super Bowl this year with Aaron Rodgers.
Zach Wilson's parents were the first people to be like, he's not the guy.
Yeah, he called them up.
And it's like, not on that level, but I see a lot of the same bargaining with Yankee fans. Well, it's kind of a good thing that Dominguez got hurt because now the Yankees will have to go out and get an outfielder. What fucking planet are you living on?
Seriously.
That Jason Dominguez is going to miss at least half the season next year. It's not a good thing in any way, shape, or form. The Yankees should be looking to improve the outfield, even if he was healthy, to go out there and go get if Cody Bellinger's the name on the tip of everybody's tongue. They should have still went out there and got him. You could easily shift Dominguez over to left, and then Bellinger's also a really good first baseman. You say goodbye to Rizzo after 2024. We have no first baseman coming up in the pipeline, right? You cannot sit there and try to rationalize in any way that this was a good thing. Like, oh, now we can go get. No, you should have got Bellinger anyway and had an outfield of fucking Dominguez, Bellinger, and Judge. Isn't that? No, guys, like I cringe every time I see that. Now the Yankees will be forced to do something. No, it might even make them less likely to do something, knowing how this organization is run.
Yeah, because like that was part of the refreshing thing here. You know, if we're gonna be in the mindset of Cashman's not going anywhere, nothing's gonna change, then all we can hope for is that what's here is what's gonna make this team fucking special again and relevant again. Him going down is just another blow kick to the nuts, man.
That really sucked, man.
It hurt.
It was Sunday because he got scratched from the lineup with elbow tendonitis. They were calling it, and then after the game, I got a text, and it was like torn UCL. I was like, "Fuck you!" And then I texted you. I texted my cousin, and both of you, and all three of you were like, "You're joking. It's not funny."
Yeah, I thought you were fucking around.
I was like, guys, you, if anybody should know me and the way I operate with this team, it should be the fucking three of you. I am not kidding. Like, this is not funny. It's not something I would joke about.
When did they officially postpone the game?
It's postponed
They
officially.
did?
Yeah.
I don't know. We've been recording about a half hour now, so somewhere along the way there.
Okay, terrific.
Is that what happened?
Okay.
So another doubleheader tomorrow. Great.
Great.
This is a curse of Prime. The game on Monday and the game tonight was supposed to be on Prime,
Yeah.
and now it's
Doubleheader
not.
tomorrow. 1:35 game 1, 7:15 scheduled.
So hopefully this will hit the airwaves before that. You watch us, and then you can watch the game.
Then you watch
okay?
the game. Then you
Okay,
watch the
watch
next
us, watch
game.
the game,
Okay.
okay.
You can watch us again if you want. Replay. Okay.
So, oh man, it's just the Dominguez injury. Yeah, that one was tough, man. That was a body blow right there.
That was the dagger. That one hurt the most for sure.
Couple silver linings. He's a position player, so it's quicker recovery, not as much of an impact. He's young. He was probably here earlier than we ever would have gotten him because of the circumstances. The biggest blow is that it's going to start 2024 in the fucking gutter.
Yeah.
That's the biggest blow. But overall, this kid this shouldn't hurt him as far as what
No,
he's
I think
capable of.
no, and I think if he has a slow 2024, people should relax, because usually, from everything that I heard about position players that get Tommy John, is that they don't hit the ground running. They need adjustment time. So he might not be the El Marciano when he comes back. And here's another thing that no one's brought up. That I thought of. Okay, does this change the Yankees' not opinion of him, but plans for him? So suppose he does come back in June or July. To come back to the major league team, or does he go down to AAA?
Great question, man. I think he would come up to the major league level. I think
There's only a couple
guys
guys
on the team,
I don't know. There's only a couple guys the Yankees,
but he's young.
even the veterans. There's only a couple of them that don't do.
Are we talking rehab, or are we talking he's on the Rail Riders?
Oh, no. I mean,
because they call it, they designate it. Well, I'm thinking, yeah, he'll do a little rehab assignment.
No, not the rehab assignment. When he's fully healthy, ready to play again, is he coming to the major league team?
No,
I think so.
And I'll tell you why. The Yankees, in a way,
right?
The Yankees, in a way, this is kind of a blessing in disguise for them, right? Because the service time's not affected, right? Based on his time
honestly,
here.
dude, I don't care. You can call me a fraud if you want. I don't really know the ins and outs of this whole service time shit.
Me neither, but I'm almost positive because he wasn't here for 42 days or whatever it is.
Yeah.
The service time's not affected. By next year, when he's ready to come back, when he's going through his rehab and whatever, the Yankees can turn it on either side of the coin. They can say, hey, look, we're rolling right now. We don't need him. We can wait, let him adjust again in the minors. Or if they're playing, so-so ball like they've been the last few years, or even worse in the shitter, why waste? Why give him time? Let him come back, whatever, so that they can call him up in September again.
And that's the thing that I don't like, man, because I said this last week, and my opinion has not changed based on this injury. He's the center fielder for this team. unless you go out and say get a Cody Bellinger, then he's still a starting player on this team. He's your left fielder then.
If the Yankees want to show me in one move that they are going to be different, that they're going to be serious without even acquiring a player, they can simply, when he's ready, consider him the starting center fielder or wherever and not do what I'm expecting them to do.
And real quick, so King is going game 1, Schmidt game 2. I just want to mention this real quick about Schmidt. I know it's smarter Yankees make Michael King a starting pitcher. He's looked really good in that role so far.
Yeah, I've liked what I've seen from him.
Okay, but Loizaca's out. I mean, Loizaca's gone now. So what are we doing? I mean, King could be a pretty effective piece in the bullpen.
Right, and that was my whole point about moving him in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he has not been a disaster there. He's actually looked really good.
Just to wrap up the Dominguez talk, he will have his service time affected. Now he is going to have some service time, like whatever. What is the phrase there? Accrue service time.
Yeah.
But he will be able to keep his rookie eligibility apparently for next season. So if he does come back and lights it up, he could still win that.
All right, so yeah, man, whatever. It sucks. It's just been that type of year, man, and unfortunately now it's going to bleed over into next year. But I wanted to do something. I don't know if you guys consider this fun, but I do. think it's interesting to go back and look at this.
Yeah, I love shit like this.
This is Fred's projections from this year, and then how we voted on everything here. And it's interesting because I think we did 16 guys. That's how many names I have here. And four of them are not on the team currently.
Okay.
And 1, 2, 3, 4 of them have season-ending injuries. So
50%.
half of this list is not even on the active roster for the team anymore.
Wild.
All right, so the first one up is Harrison Bader, who's not a Yankee anymore. Okay, he's played in 94 games this year. He was projected to play 99. We all took the over, so I think he's going to. I don't know, is he going to hit that? Who cares? But it's just interesting.
Not as a Yankee.
He's not here anymore. Right?
I took the over as him as a Yankee, so under.
Yeah, I mean he definitely didn't hit it as a Yankee, but that was your starting center. That was your starting center fielder this year.
Wild.
Also, here's another guy not on the team anymore. Aaron Hicks. Aaron Hicks was projected to have a 663 OPS. Everybody took the under. He currently has a
761.
761. That son of a bitch, because
Jesus,
he went from 524 as a Yankee to 860.
He's hitting 264 right now.
Wild.
861 as an Oriole, and in 51 games, he's played in almost double the amount of games as an Oriole that he did as a Yankee. So
wild.
Garrett Cole is pitching to
He's hitting almost 300 for Baltimore this year. 385 on base percentage. Continue.
Garrett Cole is pitching to a 2.79 ERA. He was projected for 347. Everybody took the under except for one stat guy, Rye.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I took the over there.
Wow.
You don't like Garrett Cole?
Yeah. What the fuck?
I think you took the over because the pitch clock. I think you mentioned.
I think I just didn't really have the faith in him.
I don't think you're to blame there.
It's an interesting one. And Clay Holmes, okay, he was projected to have 8 saves. Everybody took the over. He's at 19 right now.
Nice.
Okay.
Lucky Fred.
Nestor Cortez, here we go. Count him up. So
God.
far. So
I know I talked him up this year.
So right now we're at 3 players. We're counting both injured and no longer here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's 3 players so far. Nestor Cortez was projected for a 3.02 ERA. He's going to finish the season at 4.97.
Oh boy.
Oh
no. I had the under. You both had the over.
Chris and I took the over on that. Yeah. Ryan was on the under.
What was the projected?
3.02.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Way too optimistic.
Aaron Judge is currently sitting at 31 home runs.
Took the over.
We all took the over.
Yeah.
I mean, it made sense at the time.
That's bullshit, though.
He's projected for 41. I thought he had an out. Even after he came back, I thought he had an outside shot of it, but I don't think he's going to get there.
What was Fred's projection?
41.
And he's on pace for 41?
Oh, he's at 31. I said I don't think he's going to get there.
Oh, I thought you said he's currently on pace for 41.
I don't think he's going to get there. Wash Donaldson, who got called up the day after the Yankee series, and so far, I believe he has 2 RBIs for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Of course he does.
He has a home run and 2 RBIs in 9 plate appearances for the Brewers.
Of course.
So he has a total of 11 home runs. He was projected to hit 18. Everybody took the under. You think he's going to get there?
No.
Ryan, this is the 1 year that you were high on DJ LeMahieu.
Yeah, man. I thought I was going to break the. Although, if you look at the second half,
he's really had a great second half.
So I can still say that I'm the DJ LeMahieu whisperer.
So
Maybe.
238 is where he's at right now. He's
push it.
only projected for 266. Everybody took the over. We failed on that one, right?
That was bad.
No,
So-
he failed. He failed.
Yeah, that's true. He did. 1, 2, 3, 4 players on page 1 are not on the active roster. Okay. Remember
Okay.
that. Now we move to page 2. Anthony Rizzo, who was projected to hit 23 home runs. He was only projected at 23 home runs, hit 12 this year, and also not on the active roster.
Hold on. Let's just put that into context here. He hit 11 of them within the first, month and a half of the season?
Till about Memorial Day, and then he got a concussion. Nobody knew about it, and now he's on the injured list.
So I mean, if he didn't get hurt, he's probably crushing that fucking number.
I would say I would say that it gets there, but
But
didn't.
again,
Another guy. That's
another
5.
guy.
5 out of 9 not on the active roster. And think about this: 5 out of 9 players so far that we did over under on are not on the active roster on September 13th, and the Yankees made 0 significant trades during the season.
Wild.
Here's a good one in a positive way. Gleyber Torres was projected for 62 runs batted in. Gleyber Torres has 65 runs batted in.
Wow.
And SGR and I had the over on that. Chris had the under.
Wow. Good for Torres, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, good year. I'm glad to be wrong about that.
I'm
Not that 65 RBIs is fucking anything to write home about, but he leads the team now.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you're gonna look back at the season and see that the Yankee RBI leader probably didn't even have 70 RBIs.
Wild.
Carlos Rodon currently has a 6.14 ERA. He was projected to have a 3.06. We all missed the mark on that one.
Oh boy.
Jesus, man.
Here's another one. No longer on the team. Well, he's technically on the team. Jose Trevino was projected for 10 home runs. We all decided that was going to be an easy mark to hit,
Jesus.
and he only had 4.
Boo.
So right now we're at 6
Good Fred.
out of 12. 6 out of 12 players, right? That's 8, 10, 12. 6 out of
Okay.
12 that we
8, 10,
discussed. No, I didn't do it. 2, 4, 6, 8.
Okay,
10,
even
12.
numbers, okay, 10,
Yeah.
12, 14, okay.
Actually, we didn't do 16. We only did 14. There's
Okay.
I can't
So
count.
more
No,
than
2
half.
So
No,
more than
no.
50%.
No, we did 16. All right. So right now we're at
Jesus.
50%.
Okay.
We're at 60. We're at 50%. 6 out of 12 players are not on the active roster. Severino, also not on
boy.
the active roster.
Oh boy.
We projected him to make 100, pitch 107 innings. Did he get there? Let's see. Severino threw
He was right there.
89 innings this
Yeah.
year.
We all had to have taken the over on
Everybody
out
took
of
the over
optimism.
on Luis Severino. He missed by 18 innings. 18 innings. 107 was so low. Like you
So
set the
low.
bar so low on that.
So
and he
we
still missed it.
we
by
make
18.
fun of Fred for being this alcoholic, and the dude trumps us every single year. Every year.
All right, here we go. Now, Domingo Germán, also not on the team right now. Projected to have a 3.97 ERA. Chris was the only one who was optimistic about him, took the under. He finished the season with a 4.56 ERA.
Wow. Perfect game, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, just a quick sidebar here. Have you ever seen I don't know if polarizing is the right word, but a more opposite ends of the spectrum type season than what Domingo Germán had?
He had a
Guy was
bipolar season.
Bipolar is an excellent term there.
Thank you.
Suspended for sticky stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's the perfect game.
Forgot he fucking pitched. Perfect game.
Kicked off the team for going on an alcohol-fueled rage through the clubhouse.
Wow.
A year removed from beating his wife.
No, 2 years.
2 years, sorry.
All right, so Giancarlo Stanton was projected for 121 games this year. Everybody took the under. Giancarlo Stanton has played in 91 games this year.
Really? I thought he was well over 100.
And how many
I forgot
games
he was
left?
hurt.
How many
I forgot
games
he
are
was
left? Like 15? How many games are left, Ryan? Can you look that up real quick?
Yeah.
I can't even. Definitely can't.
What was
get
he
there.
projected? 121?
121.
There's
Oh my
23
God.
games left.
And if he can't get there, he's going to.
We all took the under?
Yeah, we all took the under.
Come on now.
Even if he plays in every game the rest of the year, he's still going to fold like the 10 games under that number.
Unreal. Unreal, man.
And then he's only here because I really couldn't come up with a final guy here. And in hindsight, maybe should have just taken Schmidt's name was the original name on the list, but I didn't really think that he was going to amount to much. But he's also done a really good job this year. 642 OPS for IKF was the number, right? And Chris and SGR took the under. I took the over. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was last year. He was at 642. He was projected for 671. Chris and Ryan took the under. And you guys are in the lead right now because he's got a 650 OPS.
All right.
Crazy.
So when we put together what I deemed were the 2, 4, 6, 8, 16 most important or noteworthy,
most influential guys.
Notable Yankees, okay? 16. Half of them are either dealing with season-ending injuries or no longer in the organization.
You know, whether you're listening or watching us for
There's
the
one
first time.
There's one more.
Hold on. Whether you're listening or watching to us for the first time or you're a longtime fan or whatever, you can use this reference right here, the last 10 minutes of doing this, to nail down the Yankees problem. Fred set the bar so low
He did.
on most of this. And for the majority, no one exceeded. And when they did exceed it, it wasn't by a lot.
So there's one more. I just want to go through this real quick. Bader, not on the team anymore. Hicks, not on the team anymore. Garrett Cole outplayed this projection by almost 3/4 of a run, healthy all year. Knock on wood. Okay. Holmes is 11 above his save projection, also healthy all year. Cortez on the injured list for the rest of the year. Aaron Judge is only falling short because he missed 2 months out of the year. Wash Donaldson is not on the team anymore. Would you say DJ's been healthy? DJ hasn't really missed any time. He's had a day off here and there, right?
Yeah, he just took a while to really get back into it. But
So far on the first page, 3 out of 8 players have not dealt with any sort of injury this year. Right? Rizzo injured. Glaber not dealing with injury. Past his projection. Rodon injured. Trevino's not on the team right now, injured. Severino injured. Herman restricted list. Stanton injured. IKF also not injured. So 4 out of 16 players. 4 out of 16 players did not deal with significant injuries or being basically released this year. 4. That's 25% of who you thought were the most, what'd you say? What was the word you used?
Most influential for this team's success.
25%, Chris. 25% stayed healthy all year or did not get released by this team.
Crazy, man.
I mean, does that not sum up why they're in the position they are?
I just said that. I mean, like, honestly, whether this is the first time listening and watching or you've been a long time listener, like this last 10 minutes just summed up, nailed it right on the fucking head, hit it right on the head. This is the Yankees problem. We don't need the greatest talents in the world. We need guys who can help this team win and, more importantly, do it by being reliable.
And here was their projected win total, 93.5. We all took the over. They have 73 fucking wins on September 13th.
Unreal.
Excuse me. And if you need, just go back and rewind if you need proof why they have 73 wins right now.
Unreal, man.
Garrett Cole, and out of those 4 players, 2 of them were under projection. Okay, so they had bad years, and 2 of them were over projection, and that was Cole and Gleyber Torres. You can't win that. You cannot win that way.
100%.
So, so this will drop Thursday while the Yankees are in the midst of a doubleheader against Boston. Then they'll come home. No, they're still on the road. They'll go to Pittsburgh, okay? And then after the Pittsburgh series, we're going to be back live. We haven't been live in a couple of weeks. We're going to be back live on Monday the 18th. So we'll have to plan something fun for that as well.
We're going to start banging.
Okay, we're not going to do that on the show, though. All right, so Monday the 18th, we'll be back with our next live show. So we want to thank everybody for joining us here today. And, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, again, please leave us a 5-star rating and review. And if you're watching on NYYU, leave hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to get your tickets to NYY Underground Day, September 23rd, which is also Aaron Judge Bobblehead Day. Okay.
All right.
And join us in the Audi Club for the event on September 23rd. So we want to thank everybody for their continued support of NYYU and NYYST. We want to thank everybody for listening and watching episode 350. SGR.
Go Yanks.
Chris, say goodbye.
Can't make a promise, but I do my best. 25 sitting on 25 racks. Just got started, no, we ain't done yet. Bought a new crib, that's a goddamn flex. Sign that check. Told them last year that I've been up next. Can't take calls, but I send that text.